Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Andrew Bebe here. Today we're going to talk about some rather important updates in regards to the EDD. Now because it's so hot in here, let me just put on the AC real quick. Alrighty, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about what's going on, the drama that's going on in the EDD at the moment. Now, in one of my previous videos, I talked about what Phase 1 and Phase 2 is. And Phase 1 is basically, if you still had a balance when the CARES Act ended. December 26th, when it was time to certify, did you have any money left over after certifying? If so, you were Phase 1. But Phase 2 would be, if you got down to $0 before December 26th. Or I guess technically 27th, because that's when you're allowed to certify, right? Midnight on Sunday. So EDD released a press release. I don't know when exactly, but I saw it on another YouTube channel. And then it said that March 7th will be when Phase 2 is actually processed. Now, I think that's very disappointing because even Phase 1, a lot of people are still seeing the maximum benefits paid. And so that issue has not gone away unless you manually call them. What I did is I called the EDD, and I had to talk to a Tier 2 rep to fix it. And I think the technical name for a Tier 2 rep is an adjuster, so I've heard. So you have to call them, and if you have the luck of even getting through to them to begin with, you have to tell them to manually put in the 11 weeks. Now, that's Phase 1. Now, I'm specifically talking about Phase 2. And March 7th, you heard that right. March 7th is when they are going to be adding the 11 weeks to those claims. Now, what I think is very disappointing about that is the fact that it's the fact that it's too late. I mean, think about it. March 14th is when the whole thing ends for the $300 a week. And in fact, it's when the current stimulus bill that exists now, that Trump signed back in late December, that's when that ends as well. Unless you're PUA, then you should see a benefit year going out to April 10th. But anyways, it's too late, and I feel that, if you really look at that, that's 2 months since New Year's Day, January 1st. What if you had to, you have to pay rent in February, and then of course you got to pay rent in March, usually due between the 1st or the 3rd of the month. I think that the EDD failed miserably, and it has me concerned about what's going to happen moving forward. I was able to fix my claim by calling a Tier 2 rep, and they did manually add the 11 weeks. However, when I get to the end, and in fact, when all of us get to the end on March 14th, assuming that you did get the 11 weeks in a timely manner, then how's the EDD going to handle the Joe Biden stimulus plan whenever he passes that? What's going to happen is that hopefully they sign it this month, because you don't want to have a situation where it was like what Donald Trump did. He signed it late December. CARES Act expired on December 26th to December 27th, and that actually caused a lot of delays, and the EDD had to upgrade everything. So I think that this time, I don't want to say for certain, but if they're able to pass a bill in mid-February, maybe the EDD could program whatever extensions exist beyond March 14th. The issue with that, though, is how are they going to update that at the same time in mid-February when they still have yet to update so many claims that have not seen the 11 weeks implemented on their account? I think it's going to be like double. It's going to be two things they're going to have to worry about now at that point in time. So I just wanted to share this quick little, I guess you could call it a rant, but I think that it is a disgrace that it's March 7th that the EDD said Phase 2 people are going to get paid. And keep in mind that Phase 1 people, the original date was supposed to be January 22nd, when you were supposed to get the 11 weeks. A lot of people haven't seen that yet. In fact, I probably would have not seen that also had I not called them and had a representative actually manually add it. So hopefully I'm praying that the EDD is able to at least expedite phase 1 people. And the quicker they do that, they could move on to the phase 2. Because I think certainly when they overlap, when they try to update everyone at the same time, that's going to be even more of a mess. And so I'm just gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch the I'm gonna show you a screen, and then I'm actually gonna show you what I'm gonna show you the EDD press release itself, and then we're gonna talk about it just a little bit more. Actually, I've talked about most of it already, but I'm just gonna show you the press release and showing you what they have said about phase 2. Okay, so here I am at home now, and I'm just gonna go to the EDD's website. And where do okay, newsroom, here it is. And then I'm going to try to find that page that confirms this, the dates that I mentioned about March 7th. So here it is. It's going to telling me that 19.8 million, here it is, update on phase 2 of extended PUA/PEUC benefits. This is the 11 weeks they're talking about. So here it says EDD, I'm going to highlight it. EDD will be sending emails next week impacted individuals, notifying them that phase 2 of the extension of federal benefit programs is coming, and to look for the chance to certify for benefits by March 7th. So there it is, March 7th. As I just mentioned when I was coming home from my friend's place when I was in my car. So, you know, that's... I already went in depth earlier talking about this date, and let me know what you think, because, you know, March 7th, as I was saying, that's going to be 2 months and a week or more if you were not able to certify for whatever reason, any weeks in December of 2020. That could be more than 2 weeks that people have not been able to certify, and that's what did I say, more than 2 weeks? I'm sorry. That's going to be more than 2 months that some people have not been able to certify for. So certainly it's, you know, if you had to pay rent, you know, if you had to pay your car bill, if you had to pay bills, some medical bills, whatever bills you may have had until December or whenever it was the last time you certified successfully, that's it. You're going to have to wait until March 7th if you're phase 2. Now, I myself feel very, very disgusted by this, because, you know, these are people's livelihoods. People need to eat, they need to pay their bills. You know, we're talking about a situation where people's cars could be repossessed. And if, you know, and in regards to that, you know, try to reach out to your the finance company of your vehicle, and maybe they could push you out. Maybe they could extend you or something like that. But this I wish the news was better. I wish the date was not March 7th for phase 2, but was actually going to, well, a good situation would be if it was sometime in mid-February. And even then, by mid-February, it's too late for phase 2 people, because, in fact, even by now, we're way, way behind schedule. And just let me know what you think about this, and, you know, vent and rant about it as well, because I want to know what you guys think about this. And I'm telling you right now that this is not good. This is not good news, because, you know, this is, as I said, people's livelihoods. People need to pay bills. They need to pay rent. They need to eat. And if you are actually in a situation where you can't buy food right now, I believe there's a program here in California, like a food stamp program or something like that, and you should not feel any shame to get on that. And you have, and the reason why is because, you know, you're just not being paid by the EDD. You're being denied payments until whenever it is they update their systems. So that's all I gotta say for now. I wish that this news was good, but it's not. And I'll see you in the next video, whatever it may be. But God bless you all. My prayers are going out to you. I do pray, and I do consider myself a somewhat religious individual, I guess. But I really, my heart goes out to everyone out there who are stuck in this situation where they haven't been paid for weeks or months. And that's all I got to say about that. I'll see you next time, and take care.